to get away.
We are back post-game live, and for Columbus, Werenski definitely took over this game. 2 goals in this game. We were on hat-trick watch, especially in overtime now.
Yeah, Flyers made some mistakes first the line of trying to get that pass there. See Zamula trying to play Superman to catch up to him. There's no catching him because he is Superman right now, Werenski, to go in there, take it away, and just take that shot. So it was a mistake, a turnover by the Flyers. One of the few that they made, but Columbus made them pay for it. And this guy's having himself one heck of a season, as he does almost every year. There you see the mistake. The pass indicates. There you see Zamula try to make a desperate effort there, but Werenski's off to the races right there. So 2-1, and then with the with the 2-1 lead again, you go up here and again just the takeaway. I think that's Fantilli there that manages to get it back. Marchenko coming in, and who's there? Well, it's Werenski right there. That's the other side of the goaltender to beat him, and it's a beautiful pass over. So it took some pretty sweet plays to take advantage of some Flyer mistakes in this game. So a few turnovers that you make, it's a game of turnovers, game of mistakes, but you have to cash on them, and this guy cashed a couple of times.
Yes, he did, and the Flyers knew if he gave him the opportunity, he most likely would cash. And the reason that the Flyers were very much in this game from the start of the first period was Bobby Brink scoring quickly for this Flyers team, and this is a guy that definitely needs more of this, more consistency, and more to build confidence, but impressive stuff here from Brink.
Yeah, the whole line's really playing confident right now, but it hasn't paid off for him in terms of goals here. What I really like about this, Ashland, is you're going to see this here. As you manage that, they win battles down low. And then this is Sealer, who doesn't just he moves in to get people going toward him. So he thinks Sealer's going to be the one to continue to move in. He sees the seam right here. By moving in, he gets a seam right there. Brink's right there. That's 27 that doesn't cover right there because he thinks, okay, Sealer's going to just take that. But it's a seam right through perfectly. And you see the point over to him because you know Sealer made one heck of a play right there. And Brink, it pays off for him because, as you mentioned, he's been playing well, just hasn't been able to get onto that score sheet. So hopefully that gets him rolling there.
Yes, Nick Sealer with a great game as well. A big block to go into overtime also. And Owen Tippett with a goal in this game also, as we go back to Columbus and hear from Owen Tippett in the Flyers locker room.
Back-to-back, is it frustrating to come away with just 1 point out of this?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think when you play at home and then travel, it can kind of take some life out of you, but I thought we stayed patient. It would have been nice to get the extra point, but take the one.
Once again, you and Morgan connect on a goal there. Where do you see his game right now and his confidence maybe in his game?
Yeah, I think when he's confident in himself and he's making plays, he's a different animal. You know, I've grown up watching and playing with Frosty since we were young, and I think that feeds into how well we play together. I think, you know, we communicate well, and you know, when things maybe aren't going our way, we talk through it. We don't get frustrated with each other or anything like that. So yeah, I think the more he continues to kind of build his game, it's only going to be better for us, and it's nice to see it coming.
With Ivan, another strong performance from him. What's to say about him and everything that he's gone through this year with the layoffs and whatnot, and just be able to come back in and play as well as he's been playing?
Yeah, every time he's come in, he's given us a chance. You know, obviously, we know the rotation going on, and it can be tough. But he made some huge saves for us tonight, and you know, kept us in the game.
John mentioned before the game that with the games going on right now, there's so many days. He's trying to keep you guys all fresh. This is another game where all 4 lines were over 10 minutes. Does that kind of hurt you guys a little bit with some of the guys wanting more ice time, and it kind of gets the flow a little bit messed up a little bit?
Listen, I think everyone wants more ice time. I think on a back-to-back, everyone's got to stay in it, and you know, that's when you need all four lines rolling. Just the way the schedule is going right now. Obviously, with the big break coming up, it's going to be busy, and it has been busy all year. So, yeah, I think anytime you can use all 4 lines, and we trust all 4 lines, so it helps us in situations like this.
Thanks.
The Flyers lose this one in a shootout to Columbus. Stay with us here post-game live, presented by Auto Insurance on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. We are back with our electrifying moment, brought to you by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers. Owen Tippett making it a 2-1 game for the Flyers and scoring from long range here, Al.
Yeah, it's electrifying for Tippett. The electricity went out for Tarasov, the goaltender, because that thing that's a long-range goal that just beat him. Sometimes you just get it on net and you get a break. And, you know, I thought he actually played pretty good in goal, but this one here was something he really should have had. And everybody celebrates because, yeah, sometimes they go against you too. We've seen that go against the Flyers, and they take advantage. For a change, the other side had a bit of a struggle there.
Yeah, sometimes you score even with a goaltender in net.
That's right.
You just never know.
That's an empty net goal with a goalie there.
There you go.
There you go.
So we go back to Columbus and hear from the guy that coined that phrase, Bobby Brink.
When you look at that game against the rest of the team, second half of the back-to-back, was that kind of the way you guys wanted to approach it overall tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did some good things, and I mean, it's obviously not the result we want, but got to move on and look onto the Islanders now.
You ended a pretty big goal drought. What's it mean for you to be able to get one on the board finally?
I mean, it's never fun to not be scoring goals, so I mean, I thought I had chances and I was playing decent, but just pucks weren't going in, so it was nice to see one go in.
Your line with Cates and Forster have been somewhat of a backbone pretty much over the last few weeks. What is it just that you guys continue to do every single night?
Yeah, I think we're hard on pucks. We support one another. I think we stick to the structure, and just I think good things come of us being predictable to one another. So I think we kind of know what makes us successful. We're not trying to do anything we're not, and I think it's working out for us.
How good is it to see Ivan have another strong performance in that?
I think he's been playing really good lately. I think he's a really good goalie, and it's showing. And all the boys are happy for him, and it's good to see.
Thanks, Bob.
The Flyers lose this one in a shootout to Columbus. Stay with us here post-game live, presented by Corrado Insurance. John Tortorella is next. We are back going stargazing, presented by GMC, looking at Noah Cates' night, who made a lot of impactful plays on the ice, a ton of scoring chances, but wasn't able to capitalize on the score sheet as the Flyers lose this one in a shootout 3-2 in Columbus. As we now go back to Columbus to hear from head coach John Tortorella.
Result you want, but were you happy, especially the way you defended this team? It really didn't seem like you gave up a whole lot in the middle of the ice to them tonight.
Low event game by both teams. You know, it was kind of a dead building. You know, we put a lot of gas into our game last night. Frustrating me because we have a chance to win this one, and I think we pissed it away a little bit at the end. But we'll just take the point and go.
How impressed are you maybe by Ivan without? He's been
big saves. Yeah, big saves. Again, he's gone through a lot. Being in and out, shuffled to 3. Now he's come back in. He made some big saves tonight.
Are you feeling more confident in his game right now and putting him in net?
I put him in the net.
You mentioned after last night's game that you hoped Bobby would get one or two going. He got one tonight in a 20 game. How much confidence do you think that could do for him?
We'll find out. We'll find out when he plays his next game.
And that line has provided a ton of offense, but they go out there in the third after the Tippett goal, and they have that next shift that really tries to set the tone. I mean, it's something that they seem to be able to bring every time they're on the ice.
They're a confident group on both sides of the puck. They feel they can score. They feel they can check. It's the three of them are very, very important for us here as we've tried to keep our traction.
We talked a little bit the other day about the Drysdale-Sealer pairing. They again connect today on the Brink goal. They're one of the top defensive pairings actually in the NHL. I mean, how impressive have you seen
They're
that?
what?
At 5-on-5 analytically.
Yeah, there's your problem, the analytics. Yeah.
But I mean, how impressive is it to see them, the way they connect and see the ice together?
They're good at times. There's still a number of things we need to work on there.
The last one.
Well, Torts loves his analytics, so.
I was surprised at that. I mean, not that they're playing that, but they don't, when you say tops in the NA,
they're not normally on the list.
It's shocking to me.
Yeah. That is definitely interesting stats, and as a whole, you hear Torts talk about Ivan Fedotov, his confidence, and then he said, well, I put him in the net, so I must be confident. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, well, to me, that speaks of, what we've gone through. Who's the backup? For a while, it was Kolosov, and now it's whoever's playing well, basically, is the answer that every coach is going to give you. Whoever's stopping the puck right now better than the other guy, that's going to be the guy put in net.
And it really is just that simple. As the Flyers lose this one in a shootout 3-2, stay with us here post-game live, presented by Corrado Insurance. The road ahead is next. 2 games remain this week for the Flyers.